afternoon, but we're gonna say good morning. How you all doing? I am just finishing up a post, as you all know, with our company. I do the social media on there, and it can be taxing. That's the part nobody talks about. When you're doing like social media for multiple platforms, it burns you out. Um, if you all have any plant questions or anything, put them down there at the bottom. And as you're coming in, definitely just want to say good morning to you. Is anybody at home or is everybody at work so far? And how is this time? Does this time work pretty good for you all at 11? And I think I have everything together that I need to on that one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so I guess I'll kick some things off and we'll just get started. I wanted to make sure that went through the post, which I think it will. All right, so a few things that I need to be doing in here is going to be watering. When I do any type of watering in here, I always go with my foop right here. I use this, and then I use just water from the sink. Now, if I had anything like my Stromanthes and these two, let's just go ahead and turn it. Now, whenever I get ready to water these two guys, I do have to use filtered water. It's usually just easier for me just to use bottled water, and that takes care of all of that. All right, so let's give you a little bit of. I guess we could share a little bit of crazy plant stories. I remember about this was probably about 3 years ago. I was supposed to be going to the store just to get some soil, and I saw a what was it called? A philodendron strawberry shake, and I remember calling my wife, telling her, "Hey, oh my goodness, I just saw this plant that I want to buy," and she was like, "No, you you just bought some plants last week. What are you doing?" And I remember being completely upset, like bummed out, right? So I come home and I act like a big child, I just have a little attitude. I don't say much. And then she asked how my day was going. I was like, it'd be going better if I could afford to buy the plants that I want. And she was just like, well, oh my goodness, if it's that big of a deal, just go back and buy the plant. And I sat on it for like 2 or 3 days. And on the third day, I worked up the courage because I was like, I'm going to go to the store and buy the plant. Was the plant still there? Absolutely. But I don't know what made me not buy it. I don't know if it was the guilt inside or if I was just like, this isn't going to work for me. But I decided to hold off. And I held off for probably about 6 weeks. Could have been longer than that. And I ended up buying one off of an auction, and I ended up paying only $50 for it. And this is the thing, it was my wish list plant. Still is a beautiful plant. However, sometimes it's worth just saving your money if you just take your time when you shop. When you first go into a plant store, just like me, I know it's easy to get overwhelmed. You just see all the plants that are going everywhere, and you're just like, I just want to get all of them. But the thing is that you need to pay attention to how the plant is being cared for. I always say that a good indication, if you go into your plant store, your local nurseries, look to see how those plants are being cared for. If they're being cared for, if they look bad, most likely your plants that you're getting is probably going to be sick, or it could just have some bad genetics, or you could just have somebody who's working who just doesn't seem to care about any type of plant care at all. Um, with that, that's unfortunate. But what I will say is this: don't try to save every single plant that you can. It will become taxing to you. If you see a plant that isn't doing well, you have to ask yourself these two questions. One, is it worth it? And two, what can you do to revive it? Most of the times, speaking from my own personal experience, hey Nikki, hey, planted in here. Hey, what's up? Planted in Upper Peninsula. That's what I'm talking about. Most of the time, if you go to a plant store and you just see that the plants just aren't being taken care of, um, leave it there in the store. I went through this phase where I felt like I could save everything, and well, we was at the two questions is one, ask yourself, is it worth it? Does it really mean that much to you? Because most of the time, when you go to the store, the plant that you buy as off of clearance and to revive isn't a plant you even went to the store for. So that, and your second thing is, what can you do to actually revive this plant? A lot of times I bought plants that I didn't know what to do to save them. I don't even know why I bought them, and just because they was on discount doesn't mean that I saved anything. Because if they're gonna die, then I gain nothing. Um, so now I'm very just when I go into the store, I'm particular on what it is that I'm gonna buy or what it is that I'm not gonna buy. Sometimes I just pick up something to pick up something. I do that too. And I'll be stuck. Sometimes I pick up plants and I don't even know what they are. And then don't let them have a fake name on them. And then I'll turn around, take pictures and post it. And then I get everybody, that's what it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, all right, my bad. Um, so I would definitely tell you all, if you go into the store, just be careful of what plant it is that you're gonna pick up. A next thing is start off at your big box stores. I know that we have a lot of, and when you go on your Instagram and when you go on here YouTube and whatever media platforms you go to, it's easy to get caught up in a lot of people's plants. And I would tell you, it's a trap. Be careful. Now, I'm going to tell you, a person who's here now, planted in the Upper Peninsula, her collection is freaking crazy. Don't fall into that trap trying to grow everything she grows, because she has skills. And I found out very early that when you try to grow the plants that everyone else have and you don't have the skills to it, you waste a lot of your money and you get frustrated. And the whole purpose of this plant journey is to be able to enjoy the journey and not completely go chaotic with it. Another thing is, people don't take into consideration just how much time actually goes into having a lot of plants. Yeah, it starts off as one plant, two plant, three plant, and it sounds fun to just have a plant corner until it's time for you to get ready to care for these plants, and you have to give more to it than just water. It's easy just to maintain plants that are already healthy, but in reality, your plants are going to go through cycles. We go through cycles, and if you don't know what to do for your plant early on, maybe you've kept it in the same pot mix that you brought it in. Maybe you just experiment and it just went terribly wrong. Then you could find yourself in a lot of trouble, being completely overwhelmed. And a lot of times, what we do when we get overwhelmed is we just leave the plant there and we just let it just slowly die. So take your time when you're choosing your plants, and don't be in such a rush to add on. Another thing is, do what works for you. I have my own care remedies that I like to do, and you'll find out that some people believe in chemicals, some people don't. I believe in whatever's going to take care of my plant and get it to be healthy. Some people are strictly against, and they'll say just use water, just use alcohol, just use whatever it is. And honestly, it's up to you. It's what you want to do. If you have a lot of plants, though, it's going to take a long time for you to single dip every one of those plants in water, unless you got all that time. And that's another thing, is the time consuming part that nobody talks about. Or maybe they do talk about it and it just gets skipped over a lot. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but I just didn't think having these many plants will require me to spend so much time. Yes, for the most part, my plants are very easy going. However, they do require pole extensions, repots, different type of soil cuttings. Sometimes you move a plant around and it just does not do good after you make a move around. Like, I just recently did a big switch here in the room, and I'm still monitoring to see how the plants are acclimating and how they're doing. My plants, of course, that move closer to the window are completely happy, but the other plants who maybe just have gone around the corner, maybe that I have on a wall, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it is that I want to do for them. We read it out. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing just because they say is what to do. There are more right ways, and do what works for you. All our environments are different. Now that is the truth right there. What's going on then? That is the absolute truth. I moved my calatheas and had a listen, listen. Calatheas, right there. First of all, you said you move your calathea. Now, those are not easygoing plants. Some people say they are, but I just don't believe that they're as easygoing as you think. Yep, yep. I mean, some plants they like it, and some plants don't. You just have to figure out what works for the move and what doesn't. I with calatheas, as in with alocasias, as in with most plants, it's not that these plants are very hard and difficult for you to learn. It's just I don't want to take the time to properly learn how to do these plants, you know? And back to what works good for you. Everybody and their mama gonna have an opinion on what it is that you should do. And you have to be willing to accept I'm not gonna say criticism, but you have to be willing to accept people's advice and figure out what works good for you or not. I've had like 3 or 4 different people give me different advice on the same type of plant, and I have to go with what's best for my environment. If I don't grow plants on a moss pole, or if I don't have access to a window, it doesn't make sense for me to listen to somebody say, put it on a moss pole, move it by the window. Like, it doesn't work. You have to go with what works for you. Another thing that I would suggest to you, especially if you're just starting off, is be careful with buying a lot of hybrid plants. I did that with the philodendrons. You all know I'm a big philodendron lover, and I went and just bought every single hybrid plant that there was. Stuff like your, I know I'm going to tear these names up, but like your Pezami, the Plamani, your oh no, I'm drawing a blank on here. It's in the same Mani, Manni. I want to say that's the name of the plant. Anyway, I just go to say white princess, pink princess, all of those. There is no particular way for you to be able to grow those plants the exact way that everybody tells you. I bought countless of books. I've provided the same plant with the same thing, and I've had 2 different results. That's just sometimes what comes with the mix. I definitely would say, though, that if you are just wanting to learn how to grow a plant and you're looking at those type of plants, a hybrid, don't go with the baby plant. When I first started, everyone told me, buy you a small plant, buy the small plant so they can acclimate better. Big plants acclimate good too, okay? The thing is, you just have to monitor them a little bit more. You will lose a couple of leaves. I have a Glorisum that I bought that had, let's just say it had 17 leaves, and currently right now, it's almost a see-through plant. Okay, I have about 9 leaves up there. Are the leaves looking vibrant and green? Now they are, that I gave a treatment to it and it's spraying good. But you know, I was scared for the longest time to buy those type of plants or buy them big because I didn't want them to die, and I didn't want the expectation of you bought a big plant and then it failed. You know, that's a lot of times is that we get into our head, and you have to understand the plants aren't supposed to bring more stress to you. It's supposed to be something like an enjoyable experience. So what I do is, if a plant isn't serving me in the way that it needs to serve me, I get rid of it. Now, that goes into like what some goals and things are for next year, since we're here and we're talking. You all saw me wear it last week. I don't believe I have it hanging around. If you want to, I can go get it. But I have a couple of plant lover shirts, aprons, and so forth that currently my wife is at work right now adding them to the website, and we're going to have those available for you to be able to purchase and go from there. The cool thing about that, though, is that we've already had our company going for a year, and we have everything from quarter zips to pullover sweaters to hoodies to bubble vests, jackets, and anything that you see on the website, I'm going to be able to do it in a plant version for you. I'm thinking about putting your name on your sleeve. And I did t-shirts earlier this year, felt like it was so long ago. And I just sent those out. Some people received some that are here. I know Planton in the Upper Peninsula did. And some people haven't yet. And the thing was, it was supposed to be a trial and error. I wanted to find out who liked what, if the material was all right. Because I'll be frank, guys, I'm trying to go with something that's not going to cost me a whole lot, but what's going to look good and what's going to be durable. So at the time, I was looking at the Gildan. Gildan, I mean, it's cheap. I can go to the store, buy a t-shirt for $4. I can make whatever I need to on it, and I can turn around and sell it for $25 or $30. But then I started looking at, okay, when you get ready to wash it, when you dry it, the size go down. Well, now people are gonna want something of quality. Because I mean, how many times do you want to go and buy a plant shirt? Not a whole lot. And then I wanted to be able to offer something like hoodies. You may not see it on the website if you was to go on there today or tomorrow as far as seeing the hoodies, but don't worry. I already know where to get those from, and I actually can go to the store and pick those up now. Of course, it's cheaper to buy it in bulk and quality and have them here, but I'm just starting off, and I don't want to be sitting here with a whole bunch of items and nothing is moving. So that's my spill talk on what's coming up with these shirts and the merch for next year. I also am looking into getting my horticulture license to be able to sell in North Carolina. Now, I don't plan on selling a whole lot of my plants and so forth, but there are some cuttings of some plants that I probably could be able just to give away. But I definitely want to look into something like doing a soil bag that I just create here at the house. I talk about it all the time on mix that I use, and I feel like, especially if you're a beginner, you don't know what the hell to go and buy. I mean, you throw all these mixes of stuff in together and then you just create one big disaster. And I don't want you to lose all your money on there. Let's go. Comfort Colors is the best and what everyone uses in merch, I've noticed. You not agree, that's great. Yes, yes. How much color? Well, yes, Comfort Colors is expensive. I'm actually going to tell you what I'm going to go with. I'm going with Bella Canva. Bella Canva offers just as much colors. The only thing is with Bella Canva, unless you order it off of the website that we go to off the warehouse, if you go into the store and try to buy it, they want like $17 a shirt, but you can get it online for like $4 or $5. I'm like, yeah, right, y'all taxing. But let's see here. Yeah, but Comfort Colors, they have a green. It's like a between a dark green and a light green color. I don't know how to explain the green, but oh my gosh, it's freaking beautiful. But they want $33 for it. If I pay $33 from it from the store, now I can probably get it online and probably, if it's $33 in the store, maybe get it online for like $20. But if I pay $33, how much am I going to be able to sell it for me to be able to see some type of thing? Mine is sure are made by Bells and they're good quality. Bella. Yeah. Okay, well let me show you since we're here. Let's flip and I can show you a few things. All right, so this right here so far, these are like the sweatshirt colors that we have. Now that's just a few sweatshirts. Now those are what I play around with the mock-up. Now don't judge my office. It's a little dirty. Now this over here, it's going to be like the quarter zips that we can do. That'll be navy that you could just pull on, pull off. We're going to have that. Of course, we have that in gray, navy blue. We have like a royal blue, black. And then these are some more sweatshirt colors that we have going on down there. Sorry, I know it's a little junky. And also, too, I'm going to be adding some totes as well. That's going to have Plant Lover on there. And as you can tell, this is one of the designs that I'm playing with, but I also, and this is another cool thing, guys, you don't just have to get plant design stuff when I make it. When I make your shirt that has Plant Lovers on it, you can choose from a plethora of different options. This right here is another Monstera cover that I could use. But some of the few things that I also will be able to put on the shirts is going to be like your, this is like sequin. All this stuff I have to actually go in here and hand cut when I put it on the machine. So you're buying something of good quality. It's going to last a long time. Oh, let me show you the aprons. Okay, so this is one of the aprons I came up with. And this is another one. And I know white aprons and plants just don't seem to mix. But again, it was just for like a mock-up version to be able to see what stuff is going to look like. And also, we're going to be able to have jackets like this, too, that you'll be able to purchase. So that's going to be something that's an option that I'm working on, just getting up to the website, which should be pretty soon. So the plan is to be able to get... Yeah, it does suck that she copied it, and I felt some type of way about it. I was like, I sat with it for a couple of days, but then I was just like, you know what? Because, I've been stalking the page. Ain't got nothing else. Don't have nothing else. And I'm already here. And on top of that, I've been able to sell a couple of them at the events that we've been going to with our pop-ups. So the will, it sucks that she took my creativity and tried to run off with it. However, I don't believe that it's gonna take away any business that I was gonna have anyway. Um, because I have a list of stuff, and I have your basic like shirt designs, or I'm just gonna water my plant today, and that's all. Too many plants, so forth that I'm gonna have. But as far as actual like custom embroidery and stuff, it's no way in the world that she gonna be able to keep up with that unless she got about $10,000-$15,000 laying around of material to go in there and do. That took forever to get that, and I don't know how many times I've messed up on creating that stuff. It was so bad I couldn't even tell D about how many times I messed up. I just tried to like put it in the trash. So one day she was just like, "Why is all my stuff like getting very low and we can't find it?" And I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Eventually I confessed because I had to, because it was gonna cost her some money, and I didn't want her thinking that the money just went missing or things just failed. So I was like, "Yeah, I messed up on a couple of times." She was like, "Well, just show me what you mess up on, because we probably can go through there and undo it." And when I started showing her a few things I messed up on, you'll be shocked at how I was able to go in there and really just undo it and save so much money. I threw away easy like $200-$300 worth of like sweatshirts after I stitched it and it came out wrong. Instead of going there, shaving the back, learning how to pencil it out, pull it off, iron it fresh, and then start over again, I just would trash it and go and buy another one. Because you think that $10-$15, you mess up on a sweatshirt, you go mess up on a sweatshirt 2 times, you're gonna spend $10-$15 for the week. You don't really add in the material and everything else that you use. You're just looking at replacing the sweatshirt. And I just lost out on so much money. But yeah, so I want to get that going, and two, I want to get the website going, which I'm gonna create to the side. That's gonna have stuff like your soil. I'll be able to do like your premixes. Let's just say you want to try something for your plant, and instead of you commit yourself, let's use this for example. Boom, this is what I've recently been using for my plants to treat. It's been working pretty good. Say you want to try this and you're not ready to go on Amazon and commit to the $29. Well, I'll have a version of this on the website for $4 or $5. Well, I'm just gonna pour in, mix in, put a little bit of water, and go from there. Now I gotta check the legalities and make sure everything is cool that I could be able to do that. But I'm pretty sure if I purchase my own product, I could, at retail price, I can sell it or whatever it is because it's mine. But I'll verify with it. But I just want to be able to offer a one-stop shop for people to be able just to come in and get something good. And the whole purpose of those plant shirts and the plant vests and so forth was to allow you to be able to dress up nice, where you can go to work, or you can go to church, or you could go to your kid's school, or you could repot if that's what you want to do. But I know it's just a little bit of t-shirts was kind of just plain. I just wanted something pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's all I pretty much have going on today. I'm going to just get in here, do a little bit of watering. No standout plants. I do want to show you my mealybug cabinets. I've been wanting to try Max. It's on the way. What is that? I got to know what that is. Definitely got to let me know what that is. All right, guys, and this is the cabinet right here. Remember, my Adesana had nothing but mealybugs. The plant looked like it was variegated with white. They are doing pretty good in here. I still need to do another treatment, which I'm going to do today when I water my plants. And all of these in here, I do need to put some water in. Actually, no water in here. This one, ooh, look at that. That's embarrassing. Concentrated pest treatment. Oh, yes, yes. Let me know. Let me know. And the moonlight, guys, just unfurled about 3 days ago, maybe 4. Don't hold me to it. That's been doing all right. I noticed that this plant needs a lot of light if you want to get the plant to unfurl. I thought at first it was just going through this dormant phase, but come to find out it just needed some light. I used to have it right here in this center, and although I had a grow light that was positioned to it, it just was so high. If you look at where this grow light is positioned to where the floor is at, the plant was like right here. So it wasn't receiving the amount of light that it receives right there from the window. So that was a good move with that. And over here, my green goddess, or the lemon philodendron lemon lime, has been doing pretty good being over here. It was already doing great being here at this window, but now it's just forefront. It has its own window and it's just large and in charge. And over there to the side, you can see my philodendron heartleaf lemon lime as well. Now, how I ended up with three, well, that's a long story. Let's just say I bought one, forgot I bought the other, and then ended up picking a third one. Yeah, I don't know. And this right here is the philodendron gardenia. It's been doing pretty good, growing. I just added this moss pole probably about a month ago. And if you all can see, this is how I have it connected with the stem. Can we get this to come out? No, it's locked in there. We're gonna leave it alone. Um, this is the Plamani. This is my new addition, and I will at some point in time get ready to definitely the Brazil. You don't have, you were saying something about the Brazil. I'm shocked that you don't have a Brazil. You have like every freaking plant in the world. But every time your plants get huge and big, you give them away too. Every time. I don't get it. I don't get it. You'll post, you'll be like, guys, look at this. It's going freaking crazy. And then next week, I'll look at your story. You'll be like, yeah, I got it a new home. I don't want that one no more. I think I'm going to go with something else. And then I'll see you with something else. I'm like, oh my goodness. I love it, though. I freaking love it. I love it. I need to right here at, uh-oh, I almost lost my grow light there. I need to add another moss pole to this leaf. It just unfurled, and I need another moss pole to this stem here. I've had a few over here that gets bored. Did you ever move that strawberry shake from down there at the bottom and bring it upstairs? Because I remember I know you moved the, you had the plant by the window. I forgot exactly which one it was, and you was gonna bring that upstairs, and you did. I saw that, but I don't quite remember it if you went downstairs to get the strawberry shake. All right, and right here, guys, isn't it crazy how plants work? Yeah, good. I'm glad you brought it back up. It needs some recognition. Good gracious, that thing is beautiful. Yours is like thriving, huge, big as crap. And mine over here just like, can I just get some water and some light, man, please? So I'm actually going to be doing a repot on that. That's why I didn't water it. Yeah. I think I just made the mix too chunky, and it's going to need just a little bit more moisture in there. You know, I'm always experimenting every time I try something just to see what's going to work. If it don't work, then I'll repot. I'm not scared to repot plants now, I've learned. And over here is my reverted marble, caramel marble, guys. And let me tell you, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do because it's supposed to have like the pink and colors and burgundies, so forth. Let me tell you, this plant is absolutely beautiful. Look at the ridges and the shapes of the leaf. It's freaking crazy. All right, over here, the Monstera ties, they don't need any water. I actually monitor these a whole lot more. Now, I am choosing favorites, and I know that's not nice. That I have noticed needs a little bit more than the other philodendrons. Yeah, strawberry shake, I completely agree with you on that. And that doesn't work good for somebody like me who just have like a brain where one-stop shop works. So yeah, I definitely have to monitor that a little bit more because it's been sitting at really the same size almost. Well, when I bought the plant, it didn't have this little stem, but I done had this plant now for at least 7-8 months. So I know I should be getting a little bit more than that. So I definitely want to get in there and just figure out what's going on. And I know it's probably a little too early to have the stem and all of that, but you know how I am. I'm extra. Over here, though, my ties, I've really been giving them just a lot of favoritism. They just completely shot up, and they really do just have my attention. Over here, this Monstera Lithium, tearing it up. Y'all know how I am with names. It has been problematic since I had it. It just won't give me a completely beautiful just leaf without something eventually happening. Now this one right here is pretty. And I could tell that the plant is growing. We don't have any pests going on, which I was a little bit worried when I started seeing some black leaves down there, because that's usually an indicator of thrips just starting off if you have some yellowing going on and a little bit of brown. I was like, uh-oh, I'm not about to deal with that. So I just gave it a little bit of a treatment on there just to see what was wrong, and the plant's been fine since. But you know how that go. Now this is what's left of my Sympatica, Monstera Sympatica. They grow pretty good. They grow up. A lot of people keep them like in a basket, but they can also vine out and be everywhere on the floor. Now I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. Sometimes I will pick up a plant and I'll really like it, and then I'll find out very shortly that the plant just isn't doing it for me. Now I could give it away. I could, or I could see if I eventually like it. I feel like sometimes I go through phases where I'm ready to give a plant away and then keep it. Yes, I miss this Sympatica. I used to have it used to be huge. It caught thrips, so I miss my big bushy Sympatica. This right here, this is just a reminder of what I had. It's about time for me to get ready to put this one into a pot. The roots, I know I keep on saying, it's ready. It's ready. It's ready. It's not going to get more ready than this. I'm just delaying, dragging ass. And to finish everything off over here, my Escaletos, and this right here is the Monstera Penitentiarium, yes, PINNT something, and it'll pop up for you. That is my most recent buy Monstera. I bought this one about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been doing pretty good for me. Very easy to grow. I bought it because it reminded me of the Monstera Peru. I don't know if anybody had one before, but Peru leaves kind of look like this. They don't have this like whipple on the leaves. They're a little bit more, just imagine not so many lines on it. They do resemble this. This is why I got it. But I don't know about you all if anybody's had a Monstera Peru, but every time I keep my Peru for longer than a year, it get thrips. And it start off with the leaves just turning brown, then it eventually turn yellow, then I have to cut it back. And I get it growing on a moss, and it usually grows up on the wall pretty good. And boom. I don't know. But that is my variegated heart leaf that I just watered that today, and it's going to be the start of some more waterings to come. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got going on for today. Is I'm gonna get in here, do some watering, do a little bit more editing on here. I am going to get a long form video out. I keep wanting to say today or tomorrow, but definitely, if not none of those days, definitely get it out by Sunday. I had to scale it back some, guys. I had the shorts going out, and I just recently had gotten to the lives, and I'm not gonna lie to you, those long form videos, they was difficult to make because I'm standing there for 10 or 15 minutes, and I felt like I just was recycling the information. So that's why I had some of you all down there at the bottom to say, hey, what is it that you'd like for me to cover? What did you like to talk about? That still stands free. Comment, whatever, down there, and I'll read it, and I'll definitely use it as some ideas to get it. The one that is gonna come out soon this week is I'm talking about what items I use properly caring for my plants in the room, like the key essentials from watering to what kind of soil I buy, price, and so forth. I'm not going to give you all the information now because then you're not going to watch the video, and I need to get that to the algorithm and get that pushed because we know YouTube is the search engine for Google, and if I can figure out how to get my YouTube properly performing the way that I want it to, everything else will just fall into sync. But with that said, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Let it be productive. Drink your water, give your plants their water, and so forth. You all take care. Have a great day, Nikki. And then if you still here, have a good day too. I didn't see anybody else who rolled in to say anything, but all you all are here. I hope you all have an amazing day as well, okay?